It's a really beautiful summer day here in Minneapolis, and I had a really nice long walk today. I attempted to shoot this podcast episode yesterday, but I was uploading stuff on YouTube. I was uploading stuff to my Squarespace site where I'm going to be hosting this podcast, and I got really frustrated because things weren't doing what I wanted them to do. YouTube was not uploading the whole file, and I was missing like 5 minutes of my first episode. And I already had quietly launched it, so it was a lot. And I think that sometimes with technology, we love it and it doesn't always work for us as well. But today's episode is what I believe are some foundational tech tools and platforms to use to start and grow your business. And it's a reminder too to not overstack too many things on your list for the day, especially for my non-sacrals. I'm a projector. I still am deconditioning from wanting so deeply to work like a generator or a manifesting generator. And there's a part of me that knows I can do it all, but I found when I started to record the episode that I was just frustrated. Like the energy that I was bringing out wasn't the excitement that I do really have about technology. Because here's the thing, I love the access that we all have in this present moment with technology. And I believe that sometimes when you're on this entrepreneurial pursuit, there are those of you who get really frustrated with technology, or you purchase these big, robust platforms that maybe you're not quite ready for in the present iteration of your business. And I want to teach you to love and embrace technology, and especially with how easy it is to use. I mean, I think about even 5 years ago where we're at with technology, to be able to completely run your business through your smartphone, right? I'm just going to highlight a couple things on this episode today on where I believe is a really good place to start your foundation. And in future episodes, I think I will then move into more growth strategy and layers to come into play as you grow your business. So let's start with the one we all love, social tools. This is your Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, right? This is a place for you to show up and share what you're passionate about, what your service offerings are. This is a place for you to teach, provide value. This is where folks can kind of get to know who you are and have the ability to find you randomly, right? Especially on platforms like Pinterest, YouTube, or TikTok. This is where I have found so many new people to follow and potentially purchase their services is through searching for whatever it is I'm interested in. And, in the beginning of my human design exploration, finding the podcasts and the coaches and the places and the people who are talking all things human design. And it's a way that, folks have found me is through my Instagram, is through referrals. And I continually show up and remind my community what I'm all about. So for those of you who are frustrated with the social media environment that we're in, I want you to really think about it as this beautiful crystalline grid where you can come and go as you please. There are ways to showcase your talents so easily. And this wasn't the case. I mean, you had to hustle to get your presence known 10 years ago. Like, the future that we're living in right now is benefiting us, and I want that to be something that you embrace, right? I specifically prefer Instagram as my main portal for social media. I love it. I love TikTok as an avenue for videos. You know, make a reel that I'll use for like a TikTok and for a reel on both platforms. You know, I love to always repurpose content in like 3 places. So, you know, if I build a carousel, high value, teachable moment in Instagram, I'll also put that in Pinterest. This podcast, I'm also shooting on video and I'm putting it on YouTube. You know, like, let's work for us with these social tools. Now, we want people to be able to go deeper with us. So link in bio is always a great avenue that you can put on all these platforms. You know, Instagram has access, TikTok, you can put it there. You know, that's your link tree, your milkshake, your bio site. Like, how are folks going to find you? Show them where to go once they've found you. Is it to your website? Is it to a specific service offering? You know, let's use social media to lead generate into our core service offerings, our website, our wait lists, our email lists, all these things. So I want you to stop looking at social media as a time suck and a waste of time, or like whatever notion you have about how you feel about social media, and embrace it for what it is a connectivity tool to connect you with the community that you're looking for, to be the lighthouse for your community to find you. So the next thing I think is really important when you are starting and building your foundation of your business. You've got your social media, you've chosen where you want to be, you know, 1 to 3 of those options that I listed before. I really think not sitting on a website. I think a website is one of the most important things to have once you've solidified where you want to show up on social media and what platforms you want to be involved in. I think about how I buy and explore other services that I want, I'm curious about. If I find someone on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start combing their website. What really are they offering outside of how I found them? And what price points am I willing to enter into for just knowing and finding them, you know? I don't want you to also feel like you need this robust, huge website when you're starting out, you know? It could be so simple. You could do a 1-page website, landing page, you know, a couple photos of you, a little bit about you, a nice section on what you're offering, and a way to contact you, right? It doesn't have to be this thing. And if I have this newest iteration of my website is so much closer to who I am and what I'm all about, but I probably update and change my website every 6 months to a year. And, you know, I could show you, I still have access to what my like original website started with, and it's so different from what it is now. But you know, going on a platform like Squarespace, there's so many ways to do it yourself. Showit is another one. I specifically use Squarespace. I find it to be extremely user friendly. they keep adding more accessibility, more options to this. Currently, instead of outsourcing like a whole other platform to host my podcast, I can filter that on my Squarespace that I'm already paying for, and I'm not adding any more expenses to my business model by doing this, right? Now think about what you've looked at on websites. Websites are your main business portal. This is where folks go to find your service offerings. This is where they get to know you just a little bit deeper because now they're curious. This houses your sales pages, how to book services, your freebies. This is where you can have wait lists to see what folks really want to know about you. And this is where they can contact you directly. So instead of outsourcing a huge, expensive website offer, let's be scrappy entrepreneurs and go and simplify this experience. Now, if this is too much for you to do yourself, go for it. Hire somebody to help you. But what I want you to know is keep it simple and let the website grow with you. Now, what do we also need for someone to contact us? We need a business email. This is going to be on our website. This is a way for folks to find us. I want you to make a custom, just for your business email account. I use Gmail. I have a custom one that I pay for because I like the level of, I just think it's cool that it doesn't say @gmail.com. Personal preference. I do in the beginning have had so many different business emails that you can basically create for free on Gmail. Let's give a way for people to contact you. So we've got our social media platforms, whichever one to three that you want to be in, and be actively engaging with your community and sharing what you're excited about. And then we've got our website. So simple. This shouldn't take too much time to build, and just know you grow into that website. Now, something that's also going to be bringing your social media together with your website is design tools, right? So this is foundational technology too. And I want you to pay for these tools. I don't want you to get the free apps and the free offers. I want you to everybody knows about Canva. I want you to pay the $15 or whatever it is for the pro. I want you to have access to this. Find the apps on your phone that you like to use. The thing with design tools is they're so easy to use in the time that we're in. You don't have to hire a graphic designer. You can create cohesive branding. You can do on-the-go photo editing. You can organize your social media and content plan. And you can use all these tools to put your imagery on your website, create cool things for your social media. It is all there for you. And again, if we think back, pre-Canva and all these really accessible design tools, you did have to hire a graphic designer or no big programs. I have school level training in all the Adobe from going to fashion school. So for me, when I started, working in small business 15 years ago, I was using Adobe for everything. So I had to build every piece of collateral from scratch, from photos, from playing in these big, robust design programs. And now I can build something in 10 minutes on Canva. And I fought it for a while. I was like, no, I use Adobe. But once I started to see how user-friendly Canva can be, I barely use my Adobe program, which I pay a lot of money for. A thing to add more customization outside of Canva would be the online resource Creative Market. I love finding custom fonts. I love finding custom graphics. You are supporting an entrepreneur by going on a website like Creative Market. And every time I've reached out to the folks, they always get back to me if I'm having trouble with some of the ways to use their product. Some of it I still use in Adobe, some of the more advanced options that I buy on Creative Market. and I'll reach out to them and they'll always get back to me. I've reached out to some potentially wanting to go deeper into some services with them that they aren't necessarily selling on Creative Market. So using the two together, Canva and bringing in Creative Market elements to really find the cohesive branding that you're looking for. And this is stuff you can add into your website, your social media, anywhere that you are building marketing content. I love it. It's so amazing. I love on-the-go phone apps. One of my favorites is Visco for editing photos and does a really amazing job. I typically like to edit my videos for either Insta Story or Reels or TikTok on PixArt. It's a really user-friendly way to edit videos. And then of course, content planning. I use Feed Preview. It helps me, I'm not the one who wants to have a super aesthetic feed, but I want to make sure that I'm not doubling up on kind of the visuals that are happening. So I suggest to download a couple apps and then decide and discern on which ones you want to pay for, because I do recommend paying for the full functioning of the app. It's just going to be so much more easy to use and give you so many more options. So these all work together to help you create content for your social media, for all the other platforms, your Pinterest, your YouTube, your Facebook, edit videos for TikToks and Reels. And then you've got your website for folks to come find you. Now, the last thing that I'm going to highlight on this episode today is, now that all these people have found you, let's have them pay for some services. Let's talk about selling tools, right? So we want to make it easy for people to pay you for your services, for your offers. This is a way to create sales funnels, the easy way for people to pay you for your services and offers. When I first started doing astrology readings, I would just have my friends Venmo me to pay me, right? So let's create really easy ways for people to pay you. Stripe is a great one, a business Venmo, a Square Up, PayPal business account, whatever that is, you can have some easy ways to send and receive invoices for people to pay you very easily. So let's set that up, and let's set that up as a business with your business bank account so all that money funnels to one spot. I'm adding in selling tools, email list service, because once we get folks off social media and into our email list, that's where the gold is, right? On your email list, that's through Flowdesk, that's through MailChimp, that's through Constant Contact. I use Flowdesk. I think it's really user-friendly. It's really pretty. I've used MailChimp and Constant Contact in my previous work running businesses. And they all serve the same function. Just like all the things I've been talking about, is find the one that you like. Find the one that's easy to use. Find the one that visually excites you as a type of technology to use. So when we have these things in place, folks can pay for our services. Also with the emails, it's easy sales funnels. It's lead generating. It's a way when you're using email lists to talk directly to the people who are probably the most likely that are excited and want to pay for your services, right? Again, I want you to think about starting and growing your business with the foundation of your starting point. If you want to go out tomorrow and buy a Kajabi site and build it all on that platform, go for it. Your entry to start something like that is going to be a little high. So I want to also implore you to investigate, move in the flow of where your business is at, and then add in the technology as you go. On an upcoming episode, I'm going to talk about more growth tech tools to add into your business as you scale and grow your business. But where I want to start with today, pick the social media platforms that you like being on and have fun showing up. If you don't have a website, it's time to start looking into that. Is it time to dust off the website that you have now and update it so it has where you're really at presently and what does that look like? Keep playing in the design tools so you can start learning and growing within that. So as you're building and growing your business, you can get faster and faster with that. Go on Creative Market, explore what there is out there from great creative entrepreneurs sharing their work in this space, and then figure out what the selling tool is that you want. When you're going on these platforms like Stripe and PayPal, look at the processing fees. Like, what's the best for your business? And, on just this caveat, you can also sell your services through your Squarespace website, and that can be a place that you sell and use as a processing hub for your business as well. I'm really excited. I love all things business and technology alongside my love of human design. And on this episode, I really wanted to share with you how you can start your business simply and one step at a time. The entrepreneurs that you see out there in this space that are really doing well have started in this place. One thing I did today to kind of remind myself, because this podcast is new to me, is I went to a woman I follow and looked at her YouTube channel from when she started it 8 years ago and the growth that I've seen with that, right? So we all need to start somewhere, and by not moving forward because we're scared of technology or we're not even sure what to tell the person we want to hire, just start simply and just start today, okay? I'm so excited to continue to share. I'd love to hear any takeaways. Send me a DM. Come hang out with me on Instagram. And I hope you all are having a beautiful day.